Hello everybody, we start with the solution of the puzzle of the week number 12. So here we have a sequence of prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Actually the number of little squares is following this sequence. So the missing one was this one. And the appearance of those little squares are according to this in the spiral way, something like this. So here is 7, which is solution, and the full 11 is here. Actually, I wanted to say with this puzzle that I actually do not like an idea of prime numbers in IQ tests. I used prime numbers in several items before, but I do not like that idea. I noticed that some very good solvers simply are not familiar with prime numbers and some missing something like that. And I'm not completely sure that this is actually a culture fair puzzle, although it seems to me as a mathematician pretty well defined. So I do not plan to use prime numbers in the future in my tests. Actually, there will be not many of tests. I do not plan to do many of them, but we shall try to make LSHR2 as I already announced, and here on my page evic.ultimeiq.net we see that there is no puzzle of the week number 13 announced, but LSHR2 season is announced. So let me say a few things about that. First of all, I want to congratulate Matej Čurić, who scored 9 out of 12 correctly in this puzzle of the week season and is actually a winner of that season because we are finishing this season now. And Matej will be awarded with one free submission on my tests. And I hope that we shall have more competitors in this new season, which will be, I hope, more interesting because this new season is intended to for purpose of making a new spatial IQ test, LSHR2. So how will that work? I plan 3 to 4 seasons, each consisting of 12 puzzles. So first season, first part, as said here, LSHR2 part 1 will be published soon. I hope until my birthday, which is on May 29th. So I hope that I will complete first 12 puzzles until then. So I will not announce one by one puzzle, so you will get 12 puzzles in one season and you will then have 3 months to solve those 12 puzzles. Even more than 3 months, because I plan to prolong that to reach at least 15 testees. Actually, I want to exclude bad items, and to decide which item is bad, I really need at least 15 testees. So we shall wait until 15 of you send your solutions that we can exclude some items for the final version of the test. So after 3 to 4 seasons, after 36 or 48 puzzles, some of them will be discarded, and I shall then publish the final test. So the solutions of these puzzles will not be discussed on my YouTube channel, only those of that bad items. When I notice a bad puzzle, I shall publish a video about that. I shall simply admit that I made some bad puzzles based on solutions received by testees, in the sense that they found better solution, which actually is not a bad. Maybe then I shall simply discard my solution and accept some others. But bad puzzles are actually puzzles which have either too many solutions, either are solved rarely and maybe by weak solvers who solve only few puzzles and solve some of that which are regularly not solved. But so when I receive good solutions almost randomly, those are bad puzzles, as you already know from statistics on my website. So I will discuss those bad puzzles. I will discard them from the final version of the test, and I hope that you will enjoy this way. Through EVIC competitions, you can actually take LSHR completely for free. You will receive your points after each 12 puzzles for each season, so you will not know which one is correct, but for each set, for each part of 12 puzzles, you will receive a final score, which will be published also here on my website. Of course, you can stay anonymous if you want, as one person was here at Puzzle of the Week season. And that's it so far. So I will not hurry, so I didn't publish the exact date when part 1 will start, but I hope, as I already said, until the end of May that I shall publish first season. So you can make your comments below the video, that we can communicate that way. Thank you for all your comments. No matter what you want to say, I am happy because of any comment. Even when I receive criticism, that is just great. I know that it is not easy to make a high quality IQ test. I am also getting old. My biology is not very well, although I am soon 46. I understand that my biology is already degrading. So I do not plan, as I already said, many tests in the future, but we shall try to do something more through those competitions with your help. I hope that it will be interesting and fun. I will not, as I said, publish all solutions, but I hope that I shall be able to give you some important information for popularizing those IQ tests, especially spatial IQ tests, through my channel. I hope that 12 puzzles from the currently finished season Puzzle of the Week will be helpful, that you can understand the way of my thinking and the way of thinking in spatial IQ tests, and that you can decide whether you want to take those tests or you don't want. I receive some criticism in the sense that those high range IQ tests are not accurate, and I can say on that, yes, I know that they are not very accurate. The main idea of those tests was simply trying to estimate someone's IQ in a difficult situation, when you are dealing with difficult puzzles, when you have plenty of time to solve, but still it is not easy to get correct solutions. And I believe that this is some kind of deeper intelligence measuring here, and of course that we are giving only crude estimates in all those tests and all those norms. So if I said that your IQ is 160, for example, that doesn't mean that I guarantee that it is that in the last decimal. Of course, I do not guarantee. And of course that intelligence is much more than we can measure with those tests, but I simply actually there are two main goals which I want to achieve. I want to encourage some maybe depressed people who think that they are stupid, and I want to say to them by their score that they are not stupid, that they solved great on some tests. And maybe I also want to say to some people with I don't know, big ego, or I don't know what who are sending solutions to me and who are saying that they solved all or almost all items, that they can explain everything and so on, and their solution and their solutions are actually not even close on that level. Their score is pretty low, let me to say. You saw some comments of that kind on the previous video, actually. So I am sorry, but I must to say to some people that they are not on that level. They think that they can solve everything and that everything is good. But even if I receive explanations, I see many disadvantages in their solutions. I'm really I always try to be correct, and I always try to accept alternative solutions, and I always accept, yes, it's possible that I can't see the full depth of your solution and your explanation, and I do not guarantee that my solutions are always the best. Yes, but I know that I can at least crudely estimate someone intelligence, because I know that I have some talents received by God, and that I can at least approximately say which is deductive and which is not deductive. So maybe I have some enemies even because I revealed too much about my logic, and maybe some of them think that everything with my IQ tests and my solutions is false. But okay, I can accept that. I want it to go in public, that you can see that I do not hide anything. And actually, if you like my tests, great. If you don't, also great. I do not force you to take my IQ tests. Actually, I always warned that it's probably not good to take too many tests. I also almost stopped even with taking IQ tests from other people, and already I announced that I'm almost close to retiring in making new IQ tests. I just wanted let me say, at the end of my career to explain something here on this YouTube channel, that you can understand what you can get and what you cannot get with those tests and with score received, and that I want to be honest with you and with myself, and that you can know, if you don't like all this, just avoid my site, just avoid my channel. And of course, if you want to comment something in a critical way, yes, go ahead. Of course, we all like when people are not acting in some crude way. So it is always good that you be nice when expressing your disagreement. But of course, I will try to accept everything. I am not deleting your comments. I am trying to answer almost all of them. If I do not answer, that means that I simply don't know what to answer. So I didn't, for example, answer on comments from the previous video. I answered to that person directly in email. I didn't want to answer in public. Thank you very much for watching. It was a little bit longer video than usual. Actually, I will now have a little problem what to publish and when to publish, because as you already know, I am not going to explain all solutions in the future. We shall now try to compete with 12 puzzles in one test, and we shall try to make some IQ test for other people too. So we shall reveal only solutions of bad items, that we can all learn something out of that. Okay, that's really enough for today. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.